trying to find my way. And I feel like that's what this book means to me, like helping people to find their way, wherever you are. If you in the process of learning about finances, you're a recent college graduate, because you come to life without any
You don't
experience.
realize how in dire financial straits someone is until
Mhm.
they pass away. And it's
Right.
not even about passing anything on, it's just getting them in the ground. Yeah.
All right. So, Mr. Thaxton, Philip
Hey,
Thaxton, welcome back.
thank you. Thank you for having me back. Love to talk money.
Last time we were talking about food and getting our
Yeah,
life and our health together. Now this time we coming to talk about the book, Make Dollars and Cents.
that is.
All
And
right,
I'm doing
so
6 miles right after this. So just to let y'all know.
I mean, I really just want to take time really to say this, because I think my financial journey, like, it was on my mind earlier in my life, and when I first went to college, I thought I was gonna major in like business or something like that.
Mhm.
But like we were just finished talking about, like when I was in school, I was totally lost, didn't know like what was going on. So it was like when I got to college, I just feel like, I was really trying to find my way. Like
Mhm.
I wasn't used to studying and putting in the work that was required,
Right.
of me. So I didn't major in that. I went to basically the easiest thing that I could find, that
Yeah.
something I could connect with, and that was like sports and recreation and stuff like
Right.
that. I've done that all my life. So
Right. Right.
like, okay, so that's my major. I did minor in business, but like I said, I was just trying to find my way, and I feel like that's what this book means to me, like helping people to find their way, wherever you are. If you in the process of learning about finances, you're a recent college graduate, because you come to life without any experience. So you're
That's
just
right.
trying to, learn and find your way. So
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
that's what I'm doing.
Especially if you don't have any money, right? You're not used to
Yeah,
having money. So you kind of make it up as you go along.
definitely.
I always say I didn't major in business in college because I was about my own business and I didn't know really what that was, right?
Mm-hmm.
Numbers, add, subtract, multiply, divide. Uh, that's all I cared about when it came to
Mm-hmm.
dollars and cents. There was nothing to count because I ain't have anything to count.
Right, right.
So that made it a
Definitely.
lot more simpler.
Definitely. Definitely didn't have anything to count.
Right.
Waiting for them student loan checks to come
Yeah,
through.
that's it. That's it.
So, all right, let's dig into the book here.
Yeah.
See what we got going on.
And if you remember what I told you when we talked sidebar about the book, as I was reading it, or I finished it, I said, man, somebody pissed Pookie off. There's a constant theme in this book in every chapter, and she's hostile. But you know what? As I said, I think that's what's required sometimes.
Hmm.
You have to get fed up
Hmm.
and you have to say, enough is enough. And
Hmm.
then that's when the light bulb comes on, and then you got to
Right,
make a change, especially because
right.
you can only be broke for so long.
Hmm.
And then you say, you know what, man, I'm tired of this. And
Hmm.
sometimes you need someone else on the outside looking in to give
Yeah,
you that kick in the pants to get you
yeah.
to wake up and then show you the way. And I think that's
Hmm.
what this book does.
And I feel like that even as I was sitting down to write it, I was like, it's time out for being nice. It's like
Yeah.
you said it to people in a nice
Yeah.
way many
Yeah.
times, and
Right.
it's like,
Right.
so I was like, this is not gonna be saying it nicely. This is gonna be
Yeah.
that kick in the pants that
Right.
like that whoever reads it may need,
Right.
So
Right. Right.
that was my thinking. Oh, I didn't finish my statement though.
Oh.
You got me started on this path, like really seeking it. Like I said, college. I went to college for one thing to get a better job.
Mm-hmm.
I knew that was going to be a key,
Mm-hmm.
but really, still, I didn't have my finances in order. Like
Mm-hmm.
I said in the early chapter of the book, like I was blowing through credit cards and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Credit was looking shabby. Get it together again, and then going back down just for dumb mistakes. But it's that phone call. I don't know. Me and you were on the phone
Mm-hmm.
after one of our friends passed away,
Mm-hmm.
and you mentioned that there was no life insurance. You was
Right.
like, and you said, like we got to do better. We got to encourage other people to do better. And
Right.
that's when it just like set me on my path for real,
Right. Right. Right.
really.
Well. I'm glad I inspired you under unforeseen circumstances, right?
Right, right.
But just God, I hate to say this. our people, a lot of times when we go to funerals, there's always a passing of the hat. A lot of times, yeah, we go there to pay our respects, but generally we know the circumstances behind it is not good, right? And I'm not talking about the person's health and the circumstances in which they died. It's what happens afterwards. Okay, how are we going to give this person a proper burial? And it's like, well, wait a minute here. No one's prepared for what's to come afterwards. So now, and I deal with it here, my own wife's family and stuff, where if there's a funeral, you don't realize how in dire financial straits someone is until they pass away. Right. And it's not even about passing anything on. It's just getting them in the ground and getting them proper service, right? And it sounds funny, but it's real. And in that moment, that's a wake-up call. I guess you had it. But, a lot of times those things just kind of go over our head. We're not really thinking. So you come into the world with nothing. You literally leave with nothing. And the stuff you leave behind is your family trying to literally shovel the dirt on top of it and put it all together, right? But no, but I just want to piggyback on your college thing. And we've all been there, right? I don't think I've ever been broker than my first year of college. I mean, God, we were broke. I mean, man, we were broke. I'm just trying to think. That was what, 89?
Right.
Yeah, man, that 1 year from fall 89 to spring 90. And this was back when the cafeterias were only open. They weren't like that. We didn't have food courts, right? Just the cafeteria. You had your window. Exactly. You didn't get your food. 10-cent wing night.
Right.
I mean, scraping, looking on the floor for dimes, right? Just to get 3-4 wings, right? It was bad. Now, I didn't have credit card debt in college. I just didn't have any money, right? And my mother would send me like $10 in the mail, right? She didn't have it like that, right? But I do remember this one time, me and one of the guys in the dorm, we were going somewhere and he ran out of gas, and we didn't have enough money to put gas in the car to get back to campus. We're asking people for quarters. Hey, man, you got a quarter, like trying to bump. But that wasn't a rock bottom moment for me. You see what I'm saying? Because I didn't know anything. And my major that I studied was like you. Something was simple, easy. I had 5 of them. I didn't know what I wanted to study, but it was never about money. I didn't really get serious about money until I went to the military because no one else was taking care of me. And the check that we were getting, it wasn't a big check, but you knew once it was gone, you in another country somewhere, it's different being broke in another country, right? And in that moment, somebody older came and said, look here, dude, you can't go to the club with us and you ain't got no money. Now, this is crazy. You can't go to the club with us and you ain't got no money. We ain't paying your entry fee and all that, your drinks and all that other stuff. And then that, as crazy as it sounds, we sat at the bar and the dude just started talking to me about money, how it works, how I should be investing. And I think he did that because I don't think he could have reached me in another environment. He had to catch me where I was at.
Right. Wow.
And then when we walked out, that's when I did my first mutual fund thing. And I was pissed because like, man, they're going to take $100 out my check. Well, what if I need that money? They're going to penalize me and all of that. But that was my first official investment. And then from that point forward, it was just a matter, as you said, of just trying to get educated, understanding how things work. Just don't take things for what people tell you at face value. Because people tell you can invest in anything, right?
Right.
And then I went on that journey. But that was years after I was 17, 18. I mean, we talking 24, 25 when I finally got up. And luckily my wife was, when I met her, she couldn't believe like how broke I was. She was like, you got a job and you this broke? Like, you really live paycheck to paycheck? I said, yeah, you sure you want to marry me? Because I'm a broke dude, right? But again, you need somebody in your corner that's going in the same direction. And then you just kind of jump in the car and you go for the ride.
Amen. Yeah. And because at the end of that phone call, that you said with me and you talk about Desi and like you said, when we talk about stock market, stuff like that. I was like, wow, like for real? I'm talking about basketball, NBA finals and football, I'm like, man, for real? Like, I was just like, that's it. That's it, right?
And that's grown folk stuff, right? Because, okay, how the kids, you already know the answer. How the kids doing? How the wife doing? Okay, how's work? Hey man, listen, I'm ready to buy some more Bitcoin. Hey, Foots, did you set this up? And then we just get into it, right? I
Hmm.
mean, we'll complain about losses. I mean, that
Right.
we definitely take some losses,
Hmm.
but when you leave from that kind of discussion, you feel like you've grown a little bit more
Hmm.
in
Right.
terms of financially being more independent, intellectual as well. It's nothing for Des just to pick up the phone and say, hey, man, yeah, I'm ready to get into this NVIDIA
Hmm.
AI stuff. I'm like, well, I know what AI is, but who's NVIDIA? Then he
Hmm.
schools me, right? So I'm
Uh-huh.
not ashamed of being ignorant anymore, right?
Right.
If I don't
Right.
know, I don't know.
Right.
And then he schools me, cool. But I got a funny anecdote. Me and Des were at a bar. This was years ago. And I said, man, I got about $10,000. I think I'm going to invest in gold. Desi Malloy, and I said his name, talked me out of it. This is when gold was at about $500 a troy ounce. So today, Pookie, had I made that
Right.
investment, you and I would not be talking. Or if we were, you'd see palm trees behind me with shades and a flip flop and a straw hat sucking out of a pineapple or coconut. He said, "Nah, man, that's not good, man. Gold is a good hedge, but nah." But he talked me out. So I shouldn't be talking to him anymore after that. But it's all.
At least he did tell you
Yeah,
about your video though, so
yeah. He
that
gave
could have
me a
been
tip.
made up for
He made up for it. He definitely did.
it. All right, so let's get in here. I was just looking at the introduction.
Mm-hmm.
At the introduction, and I was saying in the introduction, people, when you read it, you may find yourself. You may see some of your family members. You may see some of your friends. But the important thing is not to basically look down on people because you discover something, because then that way you shut their ears off. And the point is for us all to do better.
Mm-hmm.
So I really wanted to put that in there. Like, don't look at them. Don't look at them no kind of way.
Right,
What I'm
right.
saying? Give them the information when you can, and leave it right there. That's your
Yeah.
job. Just sow the
Well,
seed.
and people are going to be open to receiving the information when they're ready to receive it.
Mm-hmm.
The only thing you can do is just put it out there and get out the way and just be
Mm-hmm.
open to if they have questions, you answer,
Right.
respond in kind. That's all you can do.
That's all you can do. You can't
Yeah.
force somebody to change until
No,
they're ready. Then they will
no.
make the change.